Getting outside help. Therapy still has a negative connotation for many people. It is associated with serious mental disorders, trauma, and loss of reality. Those who need therapy, many think, have lost control of their lives and have failed. However, accepting help is absolutely not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, we all reach a point in our lives where the objective view from the outside can serve us well. Bringing professional help on board before the ship sinks shows a sense of responsibility and a genuine desire to change for the better. As we all know, falling down is not a disgrace, but staying down is. In today's video, we'll show you 10 signs that make it no mistake to seek therapeutic help. If you like our videos, please support us with a thumbs up, subscribe to Psychology in Mind, activate the little bell, and get ready for the videos we upload for you every day. Number 1, your relationships fail. Sooner or later, it always happens in your relationships. Everything seems broken and you can't explain how it got to that point. This is preceded by weeks and months of agonizing arguments and fights. But this trend isn't limited to your love life. You find it hard to make and keep friends, your colleagues at work avoid you, and most of your life you are alone or at loggerheads with others. Don't let anyone tell you that you are difficult or too demanding. The truth is probably buried somewhere in your past. If, as a child or teenager, you didn't have adequate role models who exemplified a successful relationship life, you will always struggle. A trust problem goes hand in hand with this deficit from childhood. If we want to break this curse, therapy is the best choice for it. Number 2, you have difficulty concentrating. Do you have a hard time staying on task? Are you erratic, nervous, always mentally under the weather? These can also be signs that you are not mentally and emotionally in your center. Psychological stress can have a direct negative effect on your memory, your ability to concentrate, and, of course, on your motivation. Lethargy and listlessness are the consequences of this. No one can give you 100% all the time, but if you notice that you can't get out of an energy slump on your own, please get help. Number 3, traumatic experiences cast their shadows. They are probably the most well-known triggers for psychological wounds that can still hurt us, even if they happened a very long time ago. Childhood mistreatment or abuse, the loss of loved ones, or other traumatic experiences often leave us unable to help ourselves. Fortunately, there are highly trained counseling centers that can provide you with professional advice and support in this case. Number 4, you are grieving. Grief is definitely the strongest and most difficult emotion we can face. It can literally paralyze us and take our breath away, but it gets worse. Deeply felt grief can rob us of the will to live. This doesn't need to be the case. Professional help is highly indicated in such cases. One's life should not end just because another had to. Number 5, you find it difficult to control your emotions. Temperamental, hysterical, aggressive, angry, manic. All these forms of human emotions are, to a certain extent, quite normal and human. However, it becomes difficult for all those of us who no longer have their emotions under control, but on the contrary are dominated and guided by them. Living a stable, everyday life, pursuing a profession, and entering into interpersonal relationships becomes difficult or even impossible. Feelings release powerful energies. Before they destroy your life, you should definitely seek help. Number 6, you suffer from pain and other physical ailments. Physical symptoms that are not based on physical illnesses are often manifestations of mental suffering. The interaction of body, mind, and soul is now a recognized fact, even within conventional medicine. So if you are plagued by complaints such as diffuse pain, dizziness, or migraine attacks that seem to appear out of nowhere, you should get to the bottom of possible psychological causes. Number 7, attempts to work on yourself overwhelm you. Self-optimization is clearly in vogue. Everyone finds things about themselves that aren't ideal and could use an update. However, if such efforts fail again and again and consistently overwhelm you, the confrontation with yourself is simply too much for you. Here too, mental imbalance can be the cause. Seek professional help, for it is worthwhile to get to the bottom of this. Number 8, Sleep disturbances torment you. If our soul can't rest, our body won't be able to either. Having problems falling asleep and staying asleep from time to time is not necessarily a sign of psychological stress. However, if lack of sleep becomes a permanent condition, you should definitely take a closer look at this circumstance. Sleep has many effects on our health. However, it is also a sure symptom that not everything is going well in our lives. Before sleepless nights rob you of your peace of mind and health, treat yourself to the help of a therapist. Sometimes, just 1 or 2 sessions are enough to help you see more clearly and sleep more soundly. Number 9, you notice changes in your appetite and eating behavior. It's not just love that goes through the stomach. Pretty much every other emotion does too. We know about frustration eating, stress eating, and eating to compensate for sadness and boredom. We know about binge eating syndrome and other well-known eating disorders like bulimia or anorexia. But the situation doesn't have to be that dramatic to indicate psychological distress. It's enough if you notice over several days or weeks that your eating behavior, learned and trained over many years, has changed. Lack of appetite, for example, is always a warning signal, but so is the excessive opposite of it. Before you spoil your figure, your health, and your joy of eating, it is better to seek professional help. The experts will usually get to the root of the problem quickly and can work with you to find a solution. Number 10, you no longer enjoy your hobbies and interests. Alarm bells should start ringing here. After all, your passions are what keep your inner fire blazing. If you lose all interest in them, maybe even lock yourself up at home, and don't let anyone get close to you anymore, it's high time for a talk with an objective, professionally competent person in matters of the psyche. Today's conclusion: self-help is good, professional help is better. There are professionals and experts for everything in our lives. If you have an inflamed appendix, you certainly won't think of waiting and taking care of the problem yourself. Our psyche deserves at least the same attention as our body, if not more. You can only gain with a therapeutic conversation, while if you let it go too far and lose your joy in life, the thought of finding life no longer worth living is not far away. That's it for today.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.